حياكم الله في لقاءات لسن مع رئيسة التوستماسترز العالمية رادي سبير.
Hi, hello. Here you go. Welcome to Saudi.
Thank you so much.
First of all, I would like to thank you. I believe most of the people here don't know that you got a really busy schedule, and having us in your first live on Instagram, I believe we gave you a hard time for the past few months.
No, not at all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. How the Instagram feels now after you getting back to it?
It feels good. I actually joined you on my phone. I didn't know how to join you on my computer.
It should be through the phone. It should be through the phone. But I hope we'll make it easy for
Sure.
you. First,
Sure.
so thank you so much for having us today. Today we are launching the first Instagram live with an interviews. We call it Lasin Interview. On behalf of Lasin Toastmasters Club, I would like to welcome you to this live.
Am I
Welcome back.
Okay.
Welcome back to Saudi again.
All right. Thank you so much.
I believe now it's 11 a.m.
Yes.
It's 11 a.m. It's 7 p.m. in Saudi. We are very interested and looking forward for this interview. Everyone is coming, and to be honest, I will have simple, easy questions for you.
Okay.
It will not be a table topic session. It will be, let's say, some of a contest.
Oh.
So you need to be prepared for it.
Okay.
Okay. So if I believe not everyone knows that you are, everyone knows, of course, that you're the international president for Toastmasters, but not so many people knows that you're an engineer.
Okay.
And the first question will be, as an engineer to an engineer,
Okay.
is why engineers have a huge ego?
Well, I think engineers feel they're good with mathematics and they can solve problems. Perhaps that's why. But on the other hand, I would say engineers are not good at communicating so well, and they need Toastmasters.
but we managed to be the president of Toastmasters International. I believe this is big for engineers.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And let's swim, since you are a swimmer, to the questions. And the first question will be directly is, do you remember the feeling that you had in the first speech, the icebreaker that you had before? The first one, when it was, how did you feel?
It was very nervous, nerve-wracking. My knees were shaking. I was very worried. I was sweating. I was so glad when I saw the green flag and I could finish. It was no fun.
Do you remember what was the topic and what was included in it?
Yeah, so for my icebreaker, I spoke about my family. You know, I have 4 sisters.
Wow.
And my mom was very particular that all of us should be self-sufficient and independent. And so I spoke about my family and my mom and how she made sure that all of us got a good education, got jobs, and were working. So, yeah.
If you taking a time machine and you're going back for that exact moment, what you will do differently?
I think practice more, practice in front of the mirror, practice in front of my pets or the plants or anything to make sure that I do it enough number of times. Because once you practice and you visualize the audience, the people, and you do it many times, then it becomes easier.
I
But
see.
yeah.
What about the topic? Is it gonna be the same for the family, or you will take
Yeah.
some of your sisters out?
Well, I have given many icebreakers because, you know, in the good old days, we used to have the competent communicator manual, and I've done that many times. So this, you know, it's considering how long we've lived, there's so many things you can talk about yourself that the club members are getting to know you. But usually most of my material is my family. They give you a lot of material to talk about.
Yeah, so you've been through the communication competent manual? I've I got it. I got the CC, I got the CL, I got the ACL. I
Yes.
believe it was a nice nice journey with the 10 projects back then.
Yes.
And
Yes. Yeah.
how did you feel moving from that old pathway, let's call it, having 10 projects? If you finish it, you repeat it, most of them, and you have some, let's say, distinguished projects such as the humor speaking and the other ones, the other manuals I'm speaking about, and moving to the new pathways, which is, I remember when I started that, it was for me like a headache. Why we got all of these pathways? Why? A lot of questions. It was easier, but then I realized why in my own. I got my own answer, but we'd love to hear the international president answer.
Yeah. So, by the way, we moved from the CC to the new pathways based on feedback from a lot of members because it took up to 10 speeches to get a CC. And in World Headquarters, we never knew when the member left. Had they finished one? Had they finished nine? Were they halfway through? Where were they when they left? So if you notice in Pathways, the levels are much smaller. So you just do a few speeches, you finish level one, level two. So it's more granular. We can tell where you are. We also used educational specialists who looked into the feedback received and they came up with the pathways. And also, there's resistance to change. I mean, people like what they're used to. And then to do something new, there's always resistance. But you have to admit, we were lucky to have pathways when COVID hit. It was all online, and that's how our organization managed to survive. We also learned so many new skills because of COVID to meet online, train online, webinars online, so many things. So that was all helpful too.
Perfect. Since when you've became a Toastmaster?
I became a Toastmaster in June of 2000.
June 2000.
Yes.
Wow. We are
Yes.
speaking about almost a 25 years of journey.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
This is not in the agenda, but let me ask you this. If the 25 years needs a song as a theme, which song you will pick and which verse exactly you will pick?
So you will find out that I'm not good at movies or at songs. My husband always jokes that he only needs 10 good movies and he can keep repeating them because I'll say, "Oh wow, such a good movie," because I forget. Like it looks familiar. So no, I'm sorry, I can't answer
At
that very
all.
well.
Okay, we will pass this let's say pop up question to go to another one, which is, I believe Toastmasters is bigger than what it is. It's bigger than a club. It's big. It's a life way. It's let's say a mindset. For me, it's something bigger than just the word of Toastmasters, just the communication skills and leadership skills. Um, and here it comes. How the Toastmasters in the past 25 years impacted you personally and professionally outside the Toastmasters world? What you got from it, how you improved, what do you think that is something you can be empowered by it?
Yeah. So first, let me tell the story of how I joined Toastmasters.
Beautiful.
Okay, so I was a very shy, quiet child. I was the youngest of five. I told you I have four sisters. So when I was about 3 years old, my family moved to Africa. So I actually grew up in Lagos, Nigeria. And my first grade teacher, I tell this story a lot. He was this tall, big man, like a heavyset Denzel Washington, I like to say. And he would make all the children stand up and answer the question. So I was so shy, I would stand up and I would just whisper. And he would say, "Speak up." And I would just tremble and whisper even more, like it would scare me so much. Then we moved back to India when I was about 12 or 13. And at that time, because I grew up in Africa, I'd got an accent. So when I came back to India, my family put me in school, so I wore a uniform. But if I opened my mouth, so I looked like all the other children, but if I opened my mouth, I had the accent and they would start laughing. And I tried very hard to get an Indian accent overnight, but I struggled. then I got into engineering. In India, actually, there were more students, women students in engineering. And when I came to America, I was the only girl. And so I would try and sit in the last row so that I could, I don't know, blend in. But the teacher would notice and invariably suddenly sees, oh, can you come up and answer the question? Can you write on the blackboard? Can you explain this? And they'd make me come up. And I didn't have Toastmasters. So I would struggle, but somehow I managed and I completed that. But I didn't know about Toastmasters at the time. I'd struggled through all that. So then, just to tell you the story, you know, when you come to the US to study, according to the rules, foreign students cannot work outside the university. You have to work on campus. So I had gone to every department to see where I could get a research assistantship, any assistantship to do a job. And I got one in the counseling department. And they really liked me. And they said, oh, you know, I was the graduate coordinator of the counseling center. And they said, you can stay here, even do your PhD. So my professor of electrical engineering one day said, what work are you doing on campus? And I said, oh, I'm the graduate coordinator of the counseling center. He said, counseling? What is an engineering student doing in the counseling center? And I said, Professor, it doesn't matter. They're paying for my tuition, so I just want to be there. And he says, no, no, come work for me. I will give you research assistantship. You come work for me. So I quit the job, went to work for him. Not even 2 months. He calls me into his office and he says, Radhi, I'm sorry, I lost my funding. I'm like, what? What am I supposed to do now? He saw my face, he saw my expression. He said, can you teach? And being a desperate foreign student, I'm like, yes, yes, I can teach. Never taught in my life before. I was only about 24 at the time. So I got his classes, electromechanical energy conversion. It was all about transformers, motors, generators. So I taught that class to juniors. So I would stand in front of 25, 30 students and teach. So this is what I tell a lot of people who say, oh, Radhi, I don't need Toastmasters. Technically, I can do my job. I can present in the office. Why do I need it? So that's what I was thinking. I struggled. Of course, I would study the whole day, the day before the class, and then teach the class. So I graduated, got a job. I'm working. My family came to visit. It happened to be my father's birthday. And my sister said, let us all celebrate. We're all here. And I said, yes, I know exactly which restaurant to book, all the guests to invite. And in the middle of that, one sister said, you know what? Let us give a toast to dad after lunch. And I was paying no attention. I'm like, yeah, sure, sure. So a beautiful September day, all the guests come, the food is really good, my father is happy, lunch is over, time for the toast. The older sister speaks, next sister, finally my turn. I'm holding the glass and my hand is all shaking. And I'm like, to the best dad. One sentence. It was horrible. And my sister at that time, she said, you need Toastmasters. You better join. And at that time, she belonged to Toastmasters in India. And there were barely 7 clubs between India and Sri Lanka. She didn't know anything about areas, districts, divisions, nothing. She's like, you join. And so I did. And I wish I'd joined sooner. Like most people say, it's the best kept secret. Because, and you were saying, how did it help me? So I remember my very first job in America. You know, Americans speak with such confidence. And I thought maybe it's cultural because I'm from India or, you know, from the East. You think you should show respect, you should be quiet. So I would sit in the meetings, I would listen. Sometimes I would think is wrong, but I would never say anything. I would just quietly listen. My boss called me outside one day. He's like, do you understand what is going on? Why are you so quiet? Why don't you speak up? I said, oh, I understand. But it's easier said than done, right? Just because someone says speak up, how can you just speak up? So luckily for me, after Toastmasters, I was able to speak up. And you know, engineering, mostly men in the office, mostly so it's hard to speak up. But Toastmasters gave me the self-confidence. And I mean, over time, I became like a subject matter expert for my part of the project. People would ask me questions, look up to me. So I give all the credit to Toastmasters. You want to do well in your daily life, you want to do well in your job, in your career, Toastmasters is definitely one way of doing it.
Amazing. Actually, Hussein is writing to us saying engineers are the pioneers of society. So that's exactly what I was saying. Engineers, they got huge confidence in themselves.
By the way, do you know that a very large percentage of Toastmasters are engineers?
We need a discount. We need a discount. I'm asking for a discount. Not for doctors, for engineers only. Honestly, this is I believe somehow a common story everywhere. I believe most of the Toastmasters, kinda in a somehow, they've been in a position, they've been in the corner, they knew that they need something, and they
Yes.
found Toastmasters.
Yes.
With the difference of the place, the people, the situation, but it's almost like that.
Yes, yes. And I'll tell you one thing, most people do not come up to me and say, "Oh, I found Toastmasters, I've improved my communication skills or I've improved my leadership skills." They say, "I've found Toastmasters and it has changed my life."
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
I totally agree with this statement. Totally. And here it comes. Usually in Lasin Toastmasters Club, we believe Toastmasters, as we said, is not only speaking, is not only leadership. It's about also empowering the members and their projects,
Yes.
such as what I'm doing right here as an interview. And we got, by the way, plays, we got some social activities. We trained more than, let's say, 2,000 person from kids in public speaking. We believe it's bigger.
Yes.
And the fun part, I found in Toastmasters, in all clubs, engineers, doctors, businessmen, businesswomen. So we have it both.
Yeah.
Housewives.
Yes.
We got every from even students.
Yes.
We got it all combined in a place. Everyone trying to support the other one, even in competitions.
Yes.
And what you got is kind of a mix that I've never seen in any place. I
Yes.
can tell you, I'm a very social guy. I couldn't find it.
You're absolutely right. Because when you tell people about Toastmasters, they immediately think, oh, it's about public speaking. And so I tell people, why should you join Toastmasters, right? You might think, look, I can read books, I can watch videos, there's YouTube, there's courses online, LinkedIn, Coursera, I can take a class in the local university or college. Why Toastmasters? And like you just said, it's more than public speaking, right? We are all about experiential learning. So, for example, for the leadership roles, we give you the training and the opportunity to practice leadership, whether you're a club officer, area director, division director, so on. And there are other opportunities. When you run a conference, right, you talk to the hotel, you have to get all the contracts signed, the hospitality, the audiovisual equipment set up, whether it's workshops, whether it's getting keynote speakers, whether it's organizing the contest, the chief judge, so many different skills that you can use in everyday life that you practice in Toastmasters. And when you do all this, you see it within 6 months. The self-confidence goes up. You can do anything. You start volunteering. I can do it. And like you said, a community of people, right? We are all human beings. We all want to feel like we are a group, a community. We are family, extended family. So to me, wherever I go, I see a Toastmaster, I think of them as my extended family. I don't have to worry. Recently, for example, I had to go on a district visit to Oklahoma. So my friends at work said, Oklahoma? Who do you know in Oklahoma? I said, I don't know anybody, but they're Toastmasters, so I'm fine. They
You
take
can
care
do
of
it.
me. Yeah. So it's like one big family is how I see it, all there to support you. And that's so amazing. That's one of the best aspects of Toastmasters.
Actually, this is kind of fun. I went to Charlotte in US for a research with every institution, and the fun part, I decided I don't know why I decided to attend one of the Toastmasters club.
Uh-huh.
I want to see what they are doing there in US,
Yeah.
and it was fun. It was
Nice.
fun. It feels like you're speaking to people
Mm-hmm.
in the same language they are speaking.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like we are supporting one team.
Yes.
We have the
Yeah.
same team. We know exactly the players. We are cheering for them. It was really really different vibe different, let's say, experience. And I totally agree with you. As a Toastmaster, you can speak to anyone.
Yeah, and I think that's why we are in 150 countries. We are over 14,000 clubs and over 270,000 members, because no matter which country we are from, this program works. And this is our 100th year. So there is a reason why we've lasted this long, No reason to reinvent the wheel, just follow the guidelines and you will do well.
Uhud is telling us it's one big family.
Yes.
And I'm trying to not read the other sentence she wrote. She said chemists as well are like engineers. I'm trying to ignore that comment. I'm sorry, Ahud, for that. And here a question came to my mind. When you saw yourself as the international president, I believe most of us as members, we are thinking about how we improve ourselves, how we contribute in competitions, how we might go for club president, area president, and up to the district, let's say, director. But when you decided that, you know what, I want to be the Toastmasters International President.
Well, like I said, I've been in Toastmasters for 25 years. I didn't decide that when I first joined, but I realized that, how much influence do you have? Once you're a club officer, you influence your club. Then you are at area level, division level, district level. How much is your influence? And then it occurred to me, hey, I can actually be on the board of directors and work on the policy and change, make changes there. And I also think it's very important to see people like yourself, right, as leaders. And then you'll think, hey, she can do it, I can do it too. I need to see someone like me. So I thought it was good to try. And there's no harm in trying, right? So
Exactly.
as you know, the first time I tried for second vice president, I was not successful. I tried hard. I told everybody, thank you very much. I give up, I tried. And then it was my husband who told me, he said, look, you've put so much time and effort. There's COVID. We can't travel. We can't go anywhere. Why don't you try again? There's nothing to lose. Worst case, you lose. Best case, you win, right? So he encouraged me, and you do need family support. So I tried a second time. People are surprised, like, wow, you're trying again. What if you fail? I said, maybe, I don't know, but maybe I'll succeed. Because I'll tell you one thing, we are not likely to look back on your life and regret that you tried and failed. You're more likely going to look back and regret that you never even tried. So why not try? It's a safe place. Nobody's going to say anything, right? We're all human beings. We all are afraid. Oh, I'm not good enough, fast enough, skilled enough. But hey, there are people there to support you. So try.
There's a question. How is your sister feeling when she found out that you became her president?
No, my sisters are very proud of me. They had so many opportunities in India and they never took it. And they're like, oh, they're like average Toastmasters. They don't pay much attention to all this board of directors or any of that. But no, they're very proud of me and they support me a lot. So I'm proud of them too.
We are also proud of you. And is there let's say, a policy or a clause that before getting into the presidency, you saw that this is something I need to work on? Some area, some clause, some item, and you worked on and made, let's say, a change in it, or to give you the let's say the easy answer. You found out that you saw it from the angle of a Toastmaster, but when you became the president, you found out there is so many things behind it. As a leader, we might get, let's say, some experience and knowledge from your answer.
Yeah, so I hear what you're saying, because when we're on the outside, it's like, why can't Toastmasters do this? Why are they so slow? Why don't they, right? I was like that too. And so I'll tell you the few things that I learned. The thing is, we have a policy which is a one size fits all, right? So as you can see, you're growing in the Middle East, you're growing in Asia, you're growing in Africa, not so much in North America, not so much in Australia, right? But it's a one size fits all policy. So when we come up with a policy, and we're having a board meeting, and we have international directors from all over the world, and I'll say, oh, we should do this because see here in New York, New Jersey, I see this, so let us do this. The person from Hong Kong will say, no, 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 that doesn't work in Hong Kong. And then someone will say, no, no, but in Australia we do it like this, so you should do that. And then everyone's got their own perspective. So in a way, it's good that we have representation from all parts of the world. And so we come up with a policy that the average Toastmaster may think not so good, but it has to work for the majority. So that's how things are done. I was hoping that we would grow. The pandemic was not good for us. We lost a lot of members and clubs. But if we had grown, perhaps we can come up with an Asia policy, a Europe policy, a Africa policy in the future. But right now it's a one size fits all. So that's why it doesn't seem like it's good. But I want to tell you, just like, when you give a speech, you improve with feedback. We too improve with feedback at World Headquarters, the board of directors. So please send us your emails, call us, tell us, hey, why don't you do this? This is better. This will help. Because collectively we have the answers. It's not just 20 of us on the board of directors, but all 270,000 of us together. We have so much knowledge and information. So please share your comments. You might think, oh, Radhi, I wrote, I called, you guys aren't doing anything. It takes time. All of World Headquarters is 125 people. And so they are servicing all 150 countries. It takes a little time. So be patient. We read every email. We listen to all the feedback and we try and do our best.
I was patient. Patient. Honestly, I have to say this: the answering the emails is something that someone can learn from the headquarters. I really appreciate it, even with the vacations, even with the time difference between countries. It's really something that it needs to be mentioned and appreciated for everyone. And I believe everyone might benefit from my experience dealing with the HQ. Honestly, I really respect how they answer. Even if they are delayed, they will send me an email telling me, we are a little bit busy, please be patient. So I really, really respected that.
Excellent.
So thank you for that. And okay, shall we go for the tough questions?
Yes.
What is the worst advice you got in the beginning as a Toastmasters? The worst. That if you go back in time, you will look for that person telling him, don't advise anyone.
Yeah, so when I hear people say, just watch and learn and observe, like don't just get in there and do it, I think that's wrong because Toastmasters is not a spectator sport. I mean, you can sit and observe and learn things, but the only way to be good at anything is to actually do it. So we're all about experiential learning. So when I hear people say, just wait, just see first, just find out, I say no. Just jump in there. They'll all support you. Try it. It's a safe place. It's a warm place. It's all friends who will help you. And some people are good, some people not so good, but we're all improving. Some people it comes naturally. For others, we struggle a bit, but we'll all improve.
Perfect. What is your vision
Mhm.
as the international president
Well,
for the Toastmasters?
yes. So this is not a zero-sum game. It's not that if I benefit, you cannot benefit. All of us can benefit. And our founder, Dr. Smedley, and I like to say this, is one of my favorite quotes. He said, as far as he knows, and I agree, ours is the only organization I know dedicated to the individual. We work together to bring out the best in each of us, and we apply these skills to help others. And to me, that's a fantastic quote because we are not here to make money. We're not worried about the stock market or how much. We want to help the individual. And that was what Dr. Smedley wanted to do. And so we, the board of directors, always keep that in mind. So when some of you complain about the dues increase and things like that, even a nonprofit needs money to operate. And so we need the money because we lost so many clubs and members. So please increase the membership, increase the clubs. Let's share the benefits because all of us can share. And with communication comes understanding. And that's what I love about Toastmasters, especially at the international convention. You have people from all over the world. We're getting to know all kinds of people. And I think that's good for all of us, right? Because once you know that our fellow human beings are all the same, we just look a little different, but we're all the same underneath. I think that's a good
I
thing.
totally agree. I will hold my question because there is another question that came to my mind. This
Uh-huh.
morning, one of the Toastmasters, she sent me
Uh-huh.
saying, ask DTM Radhi
Uh-huh.
this question. Why Toastmasters is a non-profit
Mhm.
organization? Why it's not a commercial one? And I found it
Because
like a very interesting question, to be honest.
because that is how our founder, Dr. Smedley, set it up. He wanted to make sure that we do not make money from this. He wanted to help as many people as possible. So I want to mention, even now, for example, when you have clubs in places, say like Turkey, where they had the earthquake or they have some problems, clubs can write to us. We have a Smedley fund. We'll help you with your dues. We'll help you with your material if you lost anything. We are here to help each other. We are not here to make money. So it's based on what our founder wanted. And based on that, we are also trying to make sure as many people as possible at the least amount price and helping each other. That's the key.
Totally agree. And actually, you just build up for what I was going to say. One of the fun things that I had,
Uh-huh.
we had the competition. And to be honest, I'm a very competitive person.
Excellent.
So, and I found out that most of my friends are very competitive.
Good.
And most of them are Toastmasters. The good thing, even the
Hmm.
people that we don't know in a competition,
Hmm.
you will find every single one is looking to the other one, his competitor,
Yes.
saying, you know what, if you change the introduction, your speech will be stronger.
Yes.
If you do this, it will be better. If you do that, it will be better. And you start thinking, like, I'm competing against that person and he's competing against me, but we are not seeing that in this way. We every single one want the other not to win, but to look amazing, to
Yes.
give the best speech. And for me, that was an amazing thing. I might speak for the District 104 or our people like in Lesson Club, in SLC Club, and the other clubs. But I believe I saw this in every single place.
Yeah.
When we go to the district level, you saw every area supporting each other and the other area supporting the other one. This is very, very, I believe this is very common and this is a very good value that Toastmasters provide.
Yeah, and recently, last year, I'd been to Poland for the district conference, and they had invited world champion Mohamed Katani to come and give a workshop. And he shared all his knowledge, how to write a speech, the whole framework should be. Don't make yourself the hero. Make sure you have the whole structure of the speech. It was so nice. It was so packed. Everybody wanted to listen and learn from him. And, so even though you become a champion, you want to share that knowledge with others. That's one of the best things about Toastmasters. Really
And
good.
I believe the mentorship program shows that.
Yes. So you're absolutely right. Thank you for bringing that up. Because, whether you're a sportsman, you look at these Olympic athletes, you look at these singers, they're professionals, they have a whole team supporting them. But in Toastmasters, we level the playing field. You don't need to have money. You just join. They can assign a mentor to you. That mentor has the time to talk to you, to help you, and we even the playing field, and that is one of the best things. So our founder said two key things to succeeding. One was evaluation and two was mentoring. Dr. Smedley said that. Those are the two key things to succeed.
And to be honest, we've been dealing with the champion Mohammed Al Qahtani.
Hmm.
We invited him to listen in one of our contests. He approved that and he came to give us a great speech.
Excellent.
So many Toastmasters, when we are dealing with them, when we are speaking with them, they are just so going in helping others. Next week, inshallah, we will have um, the champion for 2018, Madam Smith. She will be there speaking.
Okay.
It took nothing to convince her to be there.
Nice.
Honestly, the way they are supporting the community itself,
Yes.
it's really, really lighting something in every single one of us.
Yes.
And I really appreciate it. So we are reaching to the end of this interview, but to close it in a great way, we will do two things in the same time. First of
Okay.
all, I will ask all the ladies and gentlemen in the live. You can put your questions. We will go for them at the end of this interview. While that, I'm gonna give you a word, and I want to tell you. I want you to tell me what do you feel about it. Something you want to say, speak. Let's say just express yourself when you hear those terms. Okay.
Okay.
Table topics.
I think that's excellent because most of the communication we do in our everyday life is table topics. So that is absolutely essential for our survival to be good at that.
The timer.
The time is good because sometimes you only have a short time to get your message across, and when you start timing, you realize how much time you have spoken. It's good to know that you have to only so much time how to get the message quickly.
The counter.
I tell you, even now I keep working on my so's. So it's good to know that we make all those ahs and ums and you knows, and you make a better impact just with the pauses. And I'm still working on that.
A contest.
What?
Contest.
Contest. Contest is the fastest way to improve your speaking skills. Because when you go to the club and you go, oh, slowly, yeah, I'll speak next week, I'll take my time. But when there's a contest and you know all your friends are participating, it forces you to become better faster. So I ask everyone to participate in contests. It really helps.
Evaluation.
Evaluation forces you to improve your listening skills. You know, you have to pay attention and you want to help the other person and you want it to be constructive. You know, when we have our daily jobs, for example, and I get evaluation from my boss, it's in private. It's every 6 months or 1 year and they don't do such a good job. We learn to do evaluation in public, in front of everyone, and it's constructive. It helps the person and everyone watching can learn too.
Toastmaster of the day.
Toastmaster of the day is running the meeting, and that is one of the essential skills. I tell you, in your daily jobs, I wish people that I work with would join Toastmasters so they could run the meeting better because sometimes we get derailed and we don't get to the main point till the end, and then we're running out of time.
The sergeant at arms. The best sergeant at arms you see in your life.
I think they're very key because they are the ones who set up the room, set up the Zoom, and welcome guests. And that's why all of us are nervous to go somewhere new. We're a little anxious. When the sergeant at arms smiles at you, welcomes you, asks you to come in, it makes you feel good.
For me, actually, the best sergeant at arms, the one who allows me to take my cup of tea inside the room, except than the others. So I feel special coming in with my cup of tea. That's my type of sergeant of arms. Toastmasters.
Toastmasters is the best thing. It's an investment in yourself. I think anyone who joins Toastmasters, when I get them to join, I feel I've given them a gift because this will change their lives if they follow the program. Just 6 months. You know, if you don't have time, just do it 6 months and follow properly all the guidelines. It will make a change in your life. You will see the change, and it's a gift you take with you. You change jobs, the skill goes with you, right? So it helps you, it helps the company, it helps you with your family. It's the best investment anyone can make.
Our treasurer in Lasin Toastmasters Club asking me to tell you the treasurer.
Treasurer, these are all important skills, right? We need to know accounting, we need to know about how to keep track of money. So all the skills we learn in Toastmasters, we can use in everyday life. We are not in Toastmasters to be Toastmasters. We are in Toastmasters to use the skills elsewhere.
Can you tell him, please, to spend a lot extra money on us, please?
Yeah, the money the club collects is meant for the club members. So please spend it. Don't just keep saving it. It's meant to help the members.
Lasin Toastmasters Club.
What's it? Lasin Toastmasters
Our
Club?
club, Lasin Toastmasters Club.
Uh-huh. Oh, so I'm sure your club is doing a great service to its members. Keep up the good work. Every Toastmasters club, I think, is a good thing. And I'm sure you with this, Instagram and all the stuff that you're doing, more power to you and your club. And I'm sure you're helping all your members and keep up the good work.
Yeah, and we have a lot of the new generation, and that's why we are trying to move to the Instagram.
Excellent.
Soon in the TikTok, you'll find us there.
Excellent.
And here, we will check the
Okay.
questions, if you allow
Okay.
me,
Mm-hmm.
before we conclude the interview.
Okay.
Um, it's a little bit okay. There's a question saying, is there any expectations to reduce the cost of the membership?
Uh, if
I'm
you
sorry
want
for the
us to
question, but it
reduce,
was there.
I'll be honest with you. If you want us to reduce the cost, we need more clubs, we need more members. Right now, we're losing clubs and members, so it's not likely to happen. As I mentioned, even a nonprofit needs money to operate, and members' expectations are really high, even though the income is going down. So we are trying our best to serve you.
Perfect. What do you think the way that it will increase the number of Toastmasters?
I think we are slowly increasing. If you look at a dashboard, you can see at least the membership wise, we are doing okay. Clubs wise, not so good, but we're trying. And so I would tell you, anytime you charter a brand new club, tell them this is the best club in Saudi Arabia. Everybody wants to join. We have high standards. We are going to follow all the guidelines, and it will make a difference in your life. So always set high expectations and live up to the expectations.
Perfect. Is there a message that you would like to give the Toastmasters in Saudi and the region?
This is my message that I give everyone. I am so happy that you found Toastmasters. One of our past international presidents said, Helen Blanchard, she said, if you have to get everything out of Toastmasters that you can get out of Toastmasters, you will never leave Toastmasters. So all of you have found Toastmasters. Please continue to be there. It's a community of people who will help you, who will always be there for you. Try and get new members to join. Let's share the wealth. Let's share the benefits and help each other. It makes you feel good, when you help others and you're helping yourself. Every single one of us, like they say in the US, we all listen to WIIFM radio. What's in it for me? Well, even now, speaking to you on Instagram, this is a new experience for me. And I hope I inspire your audience. So it's helping me and it's helping you. Everything is a win-win in Toastmasters.
It just came to my mind, this question. It's not even included.
Okay.
Do you think doing work outside Toastmasters by clubs,
Mm-hmm.
such as plays, such as music, such as art, whatever it is, do you think this is part of empowering the members?
Well, you can do all that, but I don't think you should use the name Toastmasters because we are an educational organization. We teach you communication leadership skills. But these skills help you do all these other things you're mentioning. So, for example, in my office at AT&T, they have every year they have a software symposium. We ask them to come and practice in front of the club. We have a hackathon because they want to come up with some new software methods and things. Do you know, I don't know if my Toastmasters are the most brilliant engineers or what, but somehow every year they win. And I think they win because they present their ideas. And I think all our engineers need Toastmasters so people know what is it that they're doing, what is it, because the average person gets so afraid if you give them too many numbers, too much, they're like, so if you can present it that the average person can understand, then that is a good thing. And I think all scientists, like you said, doctors, all walks of life can use Toastmasters because it's a general skill. If AT&T sends me to a training class, it's maybe voice over IP or SIP protocol or something that I can only use in another telecommunications company. But the skill we learn in Toastmasters, we can use anywhere. So it's a really good thing for everyone.
Amazing. And I believe they are winning because they are engineers. That's why. Actually, Hussein is telling us with us today, Uhud, which is a new Toastmasters. She just joined a few days ago.
Excellent.
Welcome to Toastmasters World, Uhud. DTM, Radhi Spear, we are reaching to the end of our journey. On behalf of Lasin Toastmasters Club members and officers, on behalf of 104 district, on behalf of all our Toastmasters friends, I would like to thank you for having us today. Also, I would like to invite you. I hope next time you came to Jeddah, you come to Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, Lasin Toastmasters Club, inviting you to attend one of his spectacular meetings. You told us to say it's the best, so it's the
Yes.
best. Um, and I will leave the last minute for you to give us, let's say, a closure message. And again, I would like to thank you for your kind approval for this interview.
No. Thank you so much. It's indeed an honor and a pleasure for me to be on this Instagram conversation with you. Thank you so much for having me. I am very excited. I would like to attend your club meeting. Thank you for the invitation. Definitely, if I do come there, I will attend. I just want to tell all your listeners that I am so happy that they've found Toastmasters. I urge them all to take the +1 pledge and get a friend, a family member, acquaintance, anyone to share in the benefits of Toastmasters. Definitely an investment in themselves. It is a win-win. It helps us, it helps them, it helps us all. So I wish you all the best in your Toastmasters journey. Take advantage of all the opportunities Toastmasters has to offer, and I'm sure you will do well in your everyday life with Toastmasters. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, DTM Radhi. Ladies and gentlemen, we are reaching to the end of our great interview. And always remember, we learn in Toastmasters by doing.
Yes.
Wish you a blessing day or night. It depends where you are right now. Have a great goodbye.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.